Namibia of late has been rocked by a high number of gender-based violence incidences, which in some instances resulted in cruel deaths of the victims. Government, through the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, has a 5-year action plan on SGBV, which required multi-sectoral approach to address the problem.
The second action actually looks at how do we cut this continuation of gender-based violence into the next generation. The actions on that one focused a lot on the Ministry of Education, looking at the responses at the schools, looking at the responses of Ministry of Higher Education, looking also at how do we sensitize the traditional authorities and the communities, and also even just training parents. How do you make sure that you raise kids who understand gender equality?
She, however, pointed out the need to conduct a thorough research to determine the root cause of SGBV. Regain Trust Executive Director James Turner says Namibia has good laws, but all what is needed is their full and effective implementation.
If we are to really make a dent in our efforts to reduce the current scourge of gender-based violence, we have to put our monies where our mouths are.
At the same occasion, Justice Ministry's Deputy Executive Director, Gladys Pickering, says government has a sex offenders register which covers the underage offenders below 18 years. Pickering believes if this register is to apply to offenders regardless of their age, then it should serve as a deterrent to current and will-be perpetrators not to commit similar offences.
Where the would-be offender has a chance of being employed for gain, where the would-be offender has a chance of bidding on public tenders, where such person would have the prospect of acquiring property through a transfer of whatever deed, then that person would definitely feel the impact of that register. However, if it is a person who doesn't have any of those prospects, that person might not be influenced by the existence of that register at all.
The police, on the other hand, want to change its approach, especially in terms of those withdrawing cases, investigations and handling of SGBV cases in general.
We are going to sit down around the table and then we will investigate what are the causes, whether it's within, the law enforcement, or is it also of our victims or survivors, and then we will see then the plan that will come up with in order to address the backlogs, for instance, to fast track, the investigation and then also the finalization of these cases on the court rolls.
Jeff Tashihomino, NBC News, Windhoek.